Hi SourceFedNerd Anime Club, it's me Jenny aka ClassyLibrarian, and this week's anime, if you hadn't already guessed, is Madoka Magica. And I've been looking forward so much to this series being picked for anime, and it had to be picked on the week when I was spending 4 days without internet. I didn't realise that it had been picked, so I hadn't watched it, and I know this is probably way too late to get featured, but I just want to say I love this anime. This is one of my favourite animes of all time, if not the top, it's in the top 2. I love it so much. It was the second anime that I ever watched and it blew me away. It got me hooked on the genre, and I haven't been able to find anything since that has had the same level of just complex intrigue, and it's just so hard to explain this anime. Going from a visual standpoint, the thing that really surprised me with this is it wasn't what I expected from an anime visually. It definitely has the anime style to begin with. It's very cutesy, it's very pastels and softly drawn. You can always see the pencil marks. It's definitely very, very effeminate, particularly in the colour choices. And then when it goes into the witch realms, the mazes, it has this entire different feel. In fact, something that I haven't seen in any other anime, and that is that it's got different pictures. It's almost got photos that have been edited in, or patterns and other different types of pictures. It's so hard to explain without you watching this, but it's psychedelic and it's so effective in terms of the fact that these witches, for the most part, aren't really a monster to face. They're more of a psychological entity that's out to get you. And so when you go into these mazes, it's like a dream sequence, and if a picture can say 1,000 words, all of these pictures moving and churning in this very pulsating, creepy way is both very disturbing and incredibly effective at showing the power of these witches, and you really feel like these girls are perhaps out of their depth and yet able to fight these creatures, and it's just so well done. They have some 3D artifacts, and they have a lot of really great, as I said, rhythmic effects. The way that it works with the music is so well done. Just the art style during the witch sequences is brilliant. From a directorial standpoint, they have really nice shots where they have things like deliberately zooming the frame, which is so rare in anime, and it's just, oh, it's so well done, the art style in this. It lures you in with a very cute sort of feeling and then goes into a very creepy, dark place, and it's so brilliant. I've already mentioned music, but the music is fantastic in this. It has so many different just amazing themes that will get into your head and get into your subconscious, so that you'll really be able to follow the story from a musical standpoint, because there's character themes and there's event themes. And so you can go to the end of the series, and this is my first time rewatching it, which is alarming because I love it so much, but going back to the beginning and hearing those musical themes, hearing some of the dialogue that's very subtly put in the first 2 episodes that hints at future events that you would not be able to spot on your first viewing. It's just so subtle and so brilliantly done, so that you can really get the themes, and it's so bittersweet for me. Going from a character standpoint, I love all the characters in this. I love Madoka, Mame, Sayaka and Homura, and they're such great, strong female characters. They all are very complex, they all have their own arc, they're very, very strong in their own very individual way. I love Mame, as you may or may not be able to guess, and so I say that you have to watch episode 3. You cannot watch the first 2 episodes of the series because it does not tell you anything about where this is going unless you've already finished the series. You have to watch episode 3 to even get the taste of how dark the series is going. And similarly, there's one character, I'm not going to spoil it, but they come in and they are the cutest thing on the planet, and they tempt you in with this false feeling of security and familiarity in terms of anime cuteness, and then completely flips it on its head and rips out your soul and turns your universe over. And that's not metaphorical. That's where this series goes. It really does turn universes over in a very epic, very dark and very personal way. And it's just so well done. And this character in particular, I think I hate this character more than any other character in TV history. Yes, their motivations are perfectly logical, but their way of handling the situation is something that I detest so much that I'm just impressed by this series, because at the end of the series I cried, I smiled throughout, particularly some of the action sequences, so well done. The music just works with it so well, and it made me angry. And that is something that's so rare in anything, to make me actually get angry. And so that's the emotional resonance for this. I love the art style, I love the music, I love the characters, the story is so brilliant and so complex and has so many layers, and definitely goes to such a brilliantly dark place, tempting you in with a very cute feeling, and then goes to places that I would have expected, and it blew my mind as the second anime series I ever watched. And as you can guess, I really love this series. I have the manga, I'm not wearing the full shebang in terms of costume, I'm not wearing any makeup or anything, but there we go. And I just love this series, I can't recommend it enough, and I know it's probably too late to get featured, but I just really want to throw my opinion out there. I know it may be a biased review, and it kind of makes me sad that A, this was chosen for movie club, so people will only watch the first 2 episodes and not get a proper feel for this anime, and B, when I first watched this, I was expecting such a different feel, and I was so sceptical that I really didn't give it a fair chance until I was elbow deep and loving it. And I've got the feeling that even anime fans, and especially non-anime fans, won't give this show a fair chance and won't really understand it until they've given up. And this is such a great series, and I just wanted to say that. And there we go, I have rambled on for way too long. It's not good. I'm going to go get changed and go to work. Feel free to comment down below and tell me what a silly numpty I am, and your opinions on this anime if you have seen it. Please don't give your opinions if you've only watched the first 2 episodes. You have to watch at least the 3rd episode before I'm even willing to discuss this anime with you. There we go. Bye guys.